the supply chest
What the hell
hit me.
happened to you
It
again?
landed on top of me.
Oh my god.
What's going on, guys? Dark Saint here, bringing you guys another video about the Division. In this video we're going to be covering a little bit more about Update 1.2. If you guys haven't seen my other video of what we know about Update 1.2, be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. Be sure to check that out. Now, as for everything I want to talk about, the first thing I want to do is I wanted to apologize to you guys. I had told you I was making the Ultimate Striker build, Ultimate Lead Assault build, Ultimate Electronics build, and I will still make those videos. However, I'm not going to make them yet just because of Update 1.2 being right around the corner, and everything that we know about it changes the meta of the game completely, including the Sentry's Call being nerfed, and you can call it what you want. Basically what it is the current way the Sentry's Call works is every bullet that hits an enemy's head increases the damage you deal to them, up to 3 bullets, giving you 45% increase to damage. Since that's being nerfed to where it only works with semi-automatic weapons such as shotguns, marksman rifles, and stuff like that, I think that's how it should have been in the first place. However, because it's going to work that way, it's going to be a little bit different on which weapons and builds are the best. Now, as for my glass cannon video, you are more than welcome to check that one out. It is still the most accurate that it can be. If there are any major changes to Update 1.2 that changes it, I will redo that video. However, since it's only affecting semi-automatic weapons, and that's really what you focus on with the glass cannon build, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think that the way it's built in that video will be just fine. However, I will go over what we know about Update 1.2, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. Hey, look, I have glasses on. Sorry, guys, I can't see without my glasses. I know there's a glare, so I apologize about the glare on the lenses. Now, what we know that is going to be coming with Update 1.2 that we haven't already covered in the last video, we do have new gear sets. I had talked about the new gear set that we had already known about, which was called the Juggernaut's Battle Gear. If you guys missed that one, I covered that in the last one. However, they said gear sets, meaning there might be more than one that's coming that we don't know about. The other thing I did want to talk about is disregard the current incursion that you see in the top left-hand corner of the map. Everything you see about that is not correct. The gear sets are not going to be pink or that purple color or whatever. They are still going to be teal. Also, the way it says that the current gear score requires you to be like 220 or 240 or whatever that is, you can completely disregard that. Everything about that will be the same as the current incursion Falcon lost. So the new incursion will have a different name, will go back down to the same level as Falcon lost and be completely the same. The reason that they're doing this is because they don't want to rush the players. I mean, Falcon Lost has only been out for a month, and a lot of people still have not even completed it on challenge mode. Some of them haven't even completed it on hard mode. So they don't want to amp it up so quickly that you don't stand a chance as far as PvP. Now, I do like how they're separating the PvP from Tier 1 to Tier 2 to Tier 3. I think they're doing a good move on that because there are times that you do need to separate players that are of a lesser class that just cannot compete with the full team of those that are of a higher gear score. So I am glad that they are doing that, and them bringing the other one down, in some ways it's a disappointment to the heavy gamers such as myself and other YouTubers and other major gamers that do play it nonstop. Yes, you aren't going to get, a higher level or anything like that. However, there are new gear sets to hunt down, there are new weapons to work on, there's new balancings to play around with. So there's still a lot of potential in the game, but they don't want to rush it so fast that they outlive the current players that are in it. If you do it too quickly, then the players that are lower level that don't have the time to play it all the time, they're going to get discouraged and get pushed away from the game. They don't want to do that. So hopefully this will help balance it out a little bit more, give it more time for the players to catch up to each other before the first paid expansion comes out, which I'm pretty sure is going to raise the gear score up so that you can actually have more to do in the division. Now, the other thing we know about is they are doing a weapon rebalancing. One you already know about the Sentry's Call, but they said that they want to see what happens first before they really rebalance the weapons. So they are going to make the update 1.2. They're going to modify a few things here and there. One thing that they are modifying is the talent Brutal. A lot of you guys love it. The way it works right now, and I've covered this before, is it actually multiplies into weapons rather than adds into them. Say, for example, you have a sniper rifle with 170% increase to headshot damage, and then you have the talent Brutal, which gives you 24% increase to headshot damage. Rather than adding into it, making it 194% increase to headshot damage the way that it should, it actually multiplies, meaning you'll get 170%, and then it'll take 24% of that number and multiply it on top of you, giving you a really, really, really high increase to headshot damage. They said that that's going to be nerfed. This is going to nerf quite a few marksman rifles out there, which may hurt you guys in some situations, but it's not going to be game changing. You'll just be able to notice a little bit of a difference in PvE. I know that part does suck for you guys because I'm all about more damage in PvE, and this will change a little bit more in PvP. However, you won't really notice a big difference in PvP as you do less damage to other players than you do against AIs. The main place you're going to notice it is going to be in PvE when you're trying to snipe somebody's head off and it doesn't quite do as much damage as what you're used to. So that's something to look out for as well. Also, the stamina and armor mitigation are going to be combined into one thing. As you guys know, the armor mitigation maxes out at 65%. That's going to be buffed to 75%. However, you're not going to see a direct number of it. It's actually going to combo with stamina, and it's going to be a talent called toughness. So if your stamina is high and your armor is high, it'll combine together and make a talent called toughness. Now, if you equip a piece of armor and you go and you look at your toughness and you see your toughness has dropped, that means that you will normally die faster. Even if you have an increased health, you will die faster because your toughness isn't as high. However, they are raising the armor mitigation to 75%. Even though you won't see it directly, you can bring your armor up to 75% rather than just 65% to help you be a little bit more tanky. Now, personally, I think this is a great thing as I am a hardcore player and I'm able to get my defense up all the way up to max mitigation without adding any gear mod slots at all. I can actually hit 65% armor mitigation without any gear mods. So I am looking forward to the increase. I think that'll be something nice added in. I also would like to see Sentry's Call be a little bit more rebalanced, given that it does reign supreme in PvP, and I would like to see a little bit more balancing as far as that one goes. This also puts Striker back on the list in order of competing with the Sentry's Call, given that you do still get an increase to damage. However, if you are running with a team and you do have somebody with the sniper or with the shotgun or really any semi-automatic weapon, this can also work with pistols. If you want to pull out your pistol, pop them a couple times in the head, swap to your SMG and melt them, that's something that's still viable. However, it will make you change the meta of the game and make you consider your choices more. Now, as far as becoming more tanky using toughness, as they call it now, you may have to give up some firearms or some stamina in order to max out your armor mitigation. Now, at the point when you realize that you are at max armor mitigation, it'll probably be about the time that you're not seeing your toughness really, really ramp up every time you add armor to it. If all you're doing is adding armor to it and your toughness doesn't go up, that's how you know you're at max armor mitigation. Now, if you add stamina to it and it goes up, then yes, you are increasing your health, and that thus will increase your toughness. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. If you're adding armor and nothing is changing, quit adding that armor. You need to know when you're at max armor mitigation. A good way to know that you're at max armor mitigation without having to really worry about it, because a lot of you guys add your defense to your stamina gear mod slots, is add defense to a firearms gear mod slot, add it in there and see if your toughness goes up. If it doesn't, you're already at max. If it does, then you need to find out where that max is. I will be covering a video on it more in depth once I see what it is and see where that max is kind of located at, and hopefully be able to give you guys an idea of what the number is at max armor mitigation. So, next thing we're going to be covering is a proximity chat update. This is kind of a little small touch on, but the proximity chat, the way it works right now is if you walk up to somebody and you try and talk to them, you don't know if they can hear you or not. The proximity chat update that they are adding will allow you to know if somebody can hear you. You run up to somebody and be like, hey, what's going on? An icon will come up above their head or something letting you know, okay, that person heard me. So that's how you know if you're within proximity for somebody to hear you. If you're like, hey man, don't shoot me. I'm just trying to be cool or whatever, and he shoots you anyway, he'd be like, oh, maybe he didn't hear me. Now you'll be able to know that they heard you. Now you'll be able to know you got to go back and kick their ass. Next is the Phoenix credits update. Phoenix credits are going to be doubled. So instead of having 1,000 Phoenix credits, now you can carry 2,000 Phoenix credits. And I know this is kind of irrelevant, as the idea behind the current way it's set up is that you find a weapon that comes in on the weekly reset, decide that you like it, you buy it, and then that consumes all your Phoenix credits, so you have to restock up to that. However, in all actuality, the weapons they sell right now, other than the pistol they sold 2 weeks ago, have been absolute trash. There's no reason to buy them. Maybe after this update, we'll see a little bit more generousness going along with some of the skills. At least two skills that are good, you guys. Come on. If you want to throw in a third crappy skill and make you guys consider how to use it or whatever, that's fine. But the way the skills are right now, some of them are just useless, and it's like you know that they're useless. You're never going to use them. So hopefully, even after they do update the Phoenix credits, we might see something else we can spend our Phoenix credits on. I know myself, I have bought in everything that the game has, and I'm still at max Phoenix credits. So hopefully, we'll see Phoenix credits get added in somewhere else. I personally liked them in the Dark Zone, but I understand that some people didn't. I know most of you guys are probably reaching your max Phoenix credits. As for those of you guys that are looking for something to spend your Phoenix credits on, if you don't have the M44 blueprint, be sure to pick that up. They also have the Vector blueprint that you can get. I believe it's Tactical Vector at the base of operation. Be sure to pick those two up at the base of operation if you don't have them. That will be viable for Tier 2 Dark Zone, especially the M44 Sniper. I think it's a great, great sniper. If you guys don't have it, be sure to pick that up. And I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I think that covers everything that we need to talk about. Oh, one more thing I did want to touch on is the performance mods. I know you guys look at performance mods like, oh, those are trash, they're garbage, and right now you're probably right, they are pretty trash. However, they are buffing the performance mods. Now, when you look at a performance mod, they should have a buff on them, making them quite a bit stronger from what they said on the stream. And this is mainly looking towards you electronics builds. We may see some for the lead assaults like myself or some of those glass cannons. I know you guys are out there. We may see some performance mods that are viable. However, the way that they talked about it, a lot of the performance mods are going to help you skill users, including increased sticky bomb damage, increased blast radius, increased, turret damage, stuff like that. So be sure to keep an eye out for your performance mod after update 1.2. They might actually be viable then. Either way, you guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. That's everything that we know currently about update 1.2. If you didn't catch my last video covering update 1.2, be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description box below, like I said before. That'll wrap it up for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to know more about the division, be sure to subscribe to this channel as I bring you guys all the news as quickly as I can as soon as it comes out. And catch you guys next time.